All right, stay with us. We've got the National Science and Maths quiz, the trivial. If you attempted answering, well, we'll know if you got it right or wrong, and we will tell you the stage that we're getting into. There is a report on this gentleman. Let me just start. He vowed NSMQ audience, or he wowed them last year with his regular quotes from the Bible before any contest. He once quoted Exodus 14:13 in reference to his opponents as Egyptians who will never be seen again. Michael Obeng, his name, with St. Peter's Senior High School, is back in this year's competition, as he was in second year then. Now he is in his final year. Maxwell Agbagba has this report that you absolutely must listen to.
40 schools arrived here on the University of Ghana campus yesterday, more than 40. I also expected to arrive today. But for those here, we've seen the likes of Prempeh College, we've seen the likes of St. Augustine's College, we've seen St. Peter's SHS, we've seen Wesley Girls High School, and quite a number of schools arriving here at the University of Ghana. I've been speaking to Michael Obeng of the St. Peter's SHS. Michael impressed the crowd with his biblical quotes before any contest. I've been speaking to him about the inspiration behind those biblical quotes.
So when we get on stage, the Spirit takes control. So we just see what the Lord leads us to say, and that's what led to all the scriptures.
Okay. At one of the contests, you were like, the Egyptians you see today, you don't see them again. And in the finals, it is finished. Were you led by the Spirit to say all of those things?
Yes. Then in every other contest, led by the Spirit.
Okay. Then what should we expect more biblical quotes this year?
I can't say because, well, you see, it's like the wind. It blows where it wants. So the Spirit takes me where it wants to take me. So I can't say. It's the same way I can't promise a trophy, because victory comes from the Lord alone. So we'll see what the Lord will do, but we know that at the end of the day, His glory shall be magnified.
Okay. Wow. I mean, after the 2019 contest, I mean, your name was all over the place. 2020, your name has been all over the place. What has changed after NSMQ 2019?
Oh, quite a lot, honestly. A lot of favors have come my way because of the quiz, and I give glory to God for everything, but I know that there's more in store for us, for St. Peter's. And I also think we should also give a bit of attention to the other contestants coming this year, because I think this year will be a very interesting year, because a lot of talent is coming. You know, boys from SEC, the Kumasi Anglican boys, a lot of very strong competitors this year. So we hope that it will be an interesting year and everything go on well. Okay. Last year you missed out on the trophy by how many points? I think just by a bit 12 or so. Yeah.
Tell me, what was it like at that point when you missed out on the trophy after working so hard to get to the finals?
It was painful. It was very painful. To be so close and yet so far. It was painful too, but it's birthed a new beginning for us. We went back to our drawing boards, we revised our strategies, we learned a lot of things, and we are back again. Hopefully He will give us the victory this year. Okay.
Despite the pandemic, our teachers too were in touch with us, so we were able to train while at home. And then they didn't leave us. We were learning online and stuff. So we were still learning.
Okay. What kind of pressure is on you to deliver?
Not really, but as Michael said, we can't promise the trophy, but we can only promise our best on the stage. Okay. So what has been given to us, we put everything out on the stage, and we hope for victory.
The glory of the Lord will be made manifest this year. As my colleague said, we can't promise the trophy because we think this year is going to be a very tough one. Hoping God will take control of everything. And then His name will be seen, will be praised.
I've been speaking to programs coordinator for the National Science and Maths with Stephen Yankee. He tells me that COVID-19 tests will be done, isolation centers also set up here.
Yesterday we had about 43 schools arriving. We are expecting another batch of 40 schools today. Once they arrive, orientation will be undertaking. We've set up already for the orientation, after which we will start the first batch of the COVID-19 tests that we assured our fans to that we're going to carry these out. So our partners are here from UGMC and Noguchi, ready to receive the schools in batches to start the COVID-19 tests. Isolation centers have been set up already, so that once the results come in, any who may test positive would go into these isolation centers around here and receive the necessary treatment for them to be reintegrated back into the competition.
Okay, great. So we see some tents mounted for an orientation. Any idea what will be talked about the orientation? This happened in previous years?
Yes, every year once the schools come in, we make arrangements for this orientation to take them through what they need to know, the guidelines in camp. And even this year, especially more important because of COVID-19, we need to educate them on how to conduct themselves since they are in camp. So very shortly we are going to start the orientation. We'll take them through where to find their dining halls, how to find their way on campus, how to interact with one another, and especially the COVID-19 protocols that will be observed. We'll take them through the schedule of activities. Tomorrow we will start our mentorship sessions 1 p.m. So we'll let them know how they can watch it live on our Facebook page, YouTube channel, and on Twitter. We are streaming those live. We'll talk about the tiebreaker contest that we'll have tomorrow in the afternoon, after which we'll ballot also in the evening at 5. So these and many others will be shared with them so that they know what to expect over the next couple of days. We'll also tell them about the orientation with the interactive board. You know that from the 1A stage, the problem of the day is going to be done on the interactive boards that we introduced last year. So we have a number of them that we brought on campus, and we'll let them know where they can go and start rehearsing or practicing with these, because once we start on Monday with the 1A stage, they are working directly on those interactive boards.
So like I mentioned, more than 40 schools have arrived for the 1A stage of the 2020 National Science and Maths Quiz. And you know, we are in the middle of a pandemic, and as organizers of the National Science and Maths Quiz promise, Primetime Limited promise, there will be COVID-19 testing of contestants and all persons who will be playing some kind of role, you know, in this year's competition. That's exactly what is happening here in this room. So when the schools arrive, they come and register here, they sign their names here, and then they move to the next chair, and then the next table, then they get tested. I'll speak to the personnel, you know, here, and then find out from them what process they'll be taking them through. These are students and contestants from a Disadol College. Let me speak to those who'll be doing the test and find out from them how prepared they are to test all the participants. So you're welcome to join us.
Basically, we are here to carry on the COVID-19. That is the COVID test for the contestants here. So we are actually taking oral pharyngeal. That means we'll be taking the sample from their throats. We'll be sent to the lab for the analysis. That's PCR. This is not the antibody testing. Yeah, so basically that's what we are going to do this morning.
So roughly how many minutes is it going to?
This is not the antibody testing, so it's going to take roughly 4 to 6 hours before every test will be ready. But because they are majority, I think it will take a lot of time before we can finish with it. Yeah.
So you just heard the team doing the COVID-19 testing here at the University of Ghana for participants of the National Science and Maths Quiz. Let me speak to the guys from Disadol College. Adisco, right? You're a contestant? Tell me, Adisco, what should we expect in this year's competition?
Nothing by the best, nothing by the best. I'm just going to be top of the possible best.
Okay. Do you think you're winning the trophy?
For sure.
Okay. What's preparation like?
It's been hectic, but at the end of the day, we know where we know what we want, we know where we want to get to, so we know where it's going to be.
Okay. Sure. Which other contestant? He's the one standing there. Or him? That's him. Come in. Oh, why? You don't want to talk to me? Are you hiding over? What's your name? What's your name?
Ivan Hene.
Ivan
Hene.
Oh, okay, sure. Tell me, what should we expect from this?
Started, and by the grace of God, we know that this year we'll be bringing a trophy.
Okay. What's preparation? What's preparation?
It has not been easy, but you know that our works won't be wasted. You know that that God shows moving. You see.
Thank you. You're a teacher, I won't believe. Yes. Okay, sure. So tell me, what should we expect from Untitled College this year? Last year you were here?
Yes.
Yeah. You were what stage? Semi-finals. Oh, okay. So tell me, what should we expect this year?
The best. Untitled is a giant in NSMQ, and so we always learn from our mistakes and build on it. So we are coming with a good team this year. Okay. We've done a lot of trials. Some went well, some didn't go well. They gave us enough lessons to update our books and our contents. And we believe we have the best to present. But above all, we are here to have fun, learn from all other schools, and then make the nation better in science. That's all.
Nice. So what's the name again?
Puntu Blanks and Edwin.
Edwin.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, so you just heard it. The COVID-19 test would continue, and we have participants from Untitled College already here to do their tests. Reporting for Joy News, Maxwell Ababa.
It is finished indeed. It promises to be exciting. The stage that we're getting into, the elimination stage of the competition. We will get to know by close of day who is competing against who in this next stage that we're going into. But it's even more exciting with our trivial questions. Our coordinator, Mauli Jivanuri Manuel, has told me that he's given us very easy questions, but because we're also doing prelims. Now that we're going to the elimination, the questions will be even tougher. But here's our question today that we asked. Why is it easier to walk on sand with flat shoes than high heels? Sounds very simple. There is an easier way that you can, bring an understanding to Ben, and there's also the physics way because it's a physics trivial. So let's get to our board and let's get the basic understanding that I was hoping those who attempted answering the question will bring to bear. So the basic understanding of the question, if you read it, essentially we're looking at pressure. So let's use P to represent the pressure, and we know pressure is calculated by weight over the area. Let's understand the objects that we're dealing with. We said flat shoes. So let's just draw a flat shoe. Is that a good flat shoe? And then let's get the heel. Okay. Yeah. All right. So these are the objects that we're talking about, but understand also that this flat shoe is spread. Okay. That's it. And then this one, just by looking at it, you realize that the force or the weight is all here, unlike this one, where you'd see that just by looking at it is spread. So in simple words, it's easier to walk with flat shoes because with a flat surface, the weight is spread on a large area. But in case of heels, the entire weight is spread on the heel. That's one way to answer this question or bring the explanation. And as I have already said, pressure is directly proportional to force and inversely proportional to area. So as the area of cross-section is more for flat shoes, the pressure is less and hence you feel more comfortable. So unless you're posing as a model on the sun wearing heels, try walking with your flip-flops on. That's just the basic way that I was hoping that people who attempted answering this will bring to bear. Pretty simple. Let's check out what you've been saying by way of answering my very simple physics question this morning on a trivial NSMQ segment of the AM show. Why is it easier to walk in flats or flip-flops than heels? Okay, here's this is Facebook. This is Mikiewicz saying this is due to pressure. Pressure increases when the surface area is small or less and decreases when the surface area is large or high. Therefore, with flat shoes, the weight force on the person will exert less pressure, leading to the shoe not sinking into. Okay, let's see. Is there more? not sinking into the sand when walking, hence making walking easy. For high heels, the weight will be acting on small area, hence the pressure to be experienced will be high pressure when walking, leading to sinking of the shoe into the sand, hence easy to work. That's absolutely true. Thank you. And Nana Kwame Dako says, this is not maths and science, this is common sense. Okay, so what common sense did you bring to the question? You just said it and you didn't say anything. It's not as easy. Bright says, pressure increases as the surface area decreases and decreases when the surface area increases. So flat heels have large surface area and poses less pressure, while pointed heel, on the other hand, have small surface area and therefore poses higher pressure, making the shoes sink in the sand. If I get the same words being repeated, we will have to Google this and see if we get the same answer. Let's see, Yakubu. Oh, so, no. Let's see. A stubborn stone has not entered your shoes before. Okay, somebody's just absolutely making fun with this one. Yakubu says, it's so simple. Density is anything that can occupy space and has volume. Has this got anything to do with density? Famous one says it in simple words, it's easier to walk with flat shoes because with a flat surface, the weight is spread on a large area. I think that's the very basic understanding. But in case of heels, the entire weight is spread on the heel. As the area of cross-stretching is more for flat shoes, the pressure is less and hence you feel more comfortable. Okay, Mickey says, this is because the flat shoes are bought. Hey. Okay, this one says the posture of a person is distorted on wearing high heels, hence more effort to maintain balance as well as the inability to involve some muscles. Is this like scientifically? Ahlija says the surface area of the high heels that's in contact with sand is very small, so the lower the surface area, the higher the pressure, which makes it difficult to walk with high heels than flat shoes in the sand. Mushim is reminding us that Jesus walked on water. What's the scientific explanation for that? Abubakar says pressure is directly proportional to force, inversely proportional to area. That's basically the same tune that I sang a while ago. So yes, I get it. You understand it. Okay, Jabless says some of the questions must be practical application of knowledge and not the chew and pour kind of. Okay, yeah, that's why we're making it rather very practical with some of the questions that we're asking. Yeah, remember Joseph said it's because when the sun gets into the heels, so you can't walk. That's why you can't walk in heels in the sand. But that's not the scientific explanation that we're hoping that we would get with this question. All right, so really pretty much that's it. I guess today's trivial question has been rather very simple. And if you're wondering, you couldn't make sense out of it, I hope that we've been able to explain it in a very basic way so everybody watching can understand. These conversations here on the AM show is just to keep you updated with the National Science and Maths quiz, which enters the 1/8 stage of the competition. This is the elimination stage, and the balloting for that will be today. So tomorrow on the AM show will tell you who your school is competing with, and then we can talk about the chances of the schools that we will see tomorrow here on the AM show. We thank DBS Roofing Papa Fie for bringing us the coverage of the National Science and Maths quiz. Also, Adonko Hand Sanitizers and Adonko Next Level and Bright Senior High School in Kokrontumi. They make it possible for us to bring you the daily coverage of the National Science and Maths quiz and all the conversations surrounding it. We'll bring you show business in a bit with Caddy. You're still watching the AM show. Please do stay.